just what was awesome tonight was the crowd. I think it's the second home game in a row we've had over 80,000, and just they got the wave going, which I don't know if I've seen since I think maybe the Southern Cal game last year. But just the energy, the excitement for UCLA football, the way the expectations have been raised. I mean, that's what we're after. That's what we're after. And I walk in here expecting questions about, well, why didn't this happen? Why didn't that happen? Why did we start so slow? What's wrong? And I got to tell you, that's a good thing, because it tells me that people expect a lot of us, and we expect a lot of ourselves. I think the delicate balance is managing those expectations. We're only in the second year of our program, and we started 9 freshmen today, true freshmen. We started Isaac in place of Eric. And we're building something here, and it's going to be special, but it's a process, and it's going to take a little time. And there's going to be some drives or some starts of games that aren't beautiful. We're coming off of 2 really difficult road losses against great teams, and I think that tonight, early in the game, I hate to admit to this, but I think there was a little hangover. I think there really was, and I didn't see it during the week in practice. I thought they practiced really well, but we were a little bit. We didn't have the enthusiasm early that we typically have, and I just can only say that I think it was a little hangover. These guys love to play. Told them at halftime that I didn't think we were enjoying the game enough, and they have to realize I was lucky enough to play in 2 Rose Bowls here, and I mean I remember those days forever. And these kids young men have to understand how freaking lucky they are to get to go out and play in front of 80,000 people in the Rose Bowl. And they should enjoy and savor every minute of that. And tried to unburden them a little bit. And I think we came out in the second half, and I felt like the juice was back and the enthusiasm was back, and they responded. So I was proud of that. I like this team. I like being around them. I mean, they make me happy. I smile. The day that wins, no matter how ugly or how hard or how great they are, stop being enjoyable is the day that I'm getting out of this thing. So I'm going to enjoy every stinking win, because they are hard. Doesn't matter who you're playing. It is hard to win a football game. So it was a great night. There you go. Great night.
Questions?
Yeah, it seemed like a nice respite for Hundley after a tough couple of weeks. He seemed to really have fun again. Can you talk about that?
I think you're right, Bill. I think that there was no better recipe for him than that 79 or whatever. How long was that? Yeah. It was like, whew, okay, because we can all agree, we've all watched the games. I mean, the kid has looked burdened the last 2 weeks, and he didn't look burdened tonight. He did some great things. And, Colorado they played hard now. Their quarterback played well too. But you're right, just having Brett it seemed like he exhaled a little bit. And I saw it in practice during the week. Saw it really on Wednesday and Thursday, is he had a smile on his face. He didn't have so much tension in the way that he was approaching everything. And I think that's how you have to play football. At this level, certainly. These are college students. They're amateurs. They're not getting paid. They're doing it for the love of the game. And I want them to love every minute of the game.
Can you talk about
I'm sorry.
Right here. Can you talk about the play Devin Fuller? He kind of had that long touchdown because maybe his coming out party tonight.
I'm not into the statement games or the coming out parties. I think you have to do it consistently. But it was exciting to see him play well. We know what he's capable of. He's an explosive athlete. He's becoming a good receiver. Remember, he came here as a quarterback, hadn't played receiver. We put him at receiver last year, and he's done a really nice job. You saw him returning kicks. He's a hair away from breaking those. He's a guy, when he has the ball in his hands, he can make things happen. And so he's just got to continue to work hard and get better. And maybe someday we'll look back on this game and say, hey, that was your coming out party. But for now, it's just about consistency.
Jim?
Yes, Chris?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Getting the win was good and everything, but in looking at how that performance was, is this an effort that you can win with in the coming 4 weeks?
Effort, yes. Effort was good. Execution, no. I think it's important that you're separating execution and effort. Our effort is always really good. Our guys play hard. They're hungry. They try. We have to execute better. And that's not just the players. That's as a staff. We have to give them good calls. We have to put them in situations to succeed, to have success, and then they've got to execute. So we're going to grow from it. We're going to get better. You know, we talked about last week, we have 5 championship weeks. That's 1 down. We got 4 more. We got a big one this week at Arizona. It's going to be a great contest, a great test for us, and we need to keep the same effort, execute better.
Coach, I know you were focusing on the win and the way you guys played in the second half, but wasn't there much disappointment in the first half, 7 penalties, and the way you guys were playing and the hangover after those 2 losses? Or
Disappointment? No. I don't get disappointed during games. After we lose, I might get disappointed. I mean, the job during the game is to keep guys going and find something that's going to work. If you start becoming, Debbie Downer, disappointed, then you're screwed. So that's not how I function as a human being, you know, and I never will. So disappointed, no. Searching for answers, absolutely.
Coach, you said Damian kind of looked like he was going to be back this week,
Yeah.
back to normal. Did he kind of prove that? Especially
He had
that
some.
touchdown?
You saw his burst, didn't you? You saw his burst. Would have liked to get him the ball a few more times, but, you know, we're spreading it around. It was great to see him hit that one at the end. I love seeing him getting in the end zone. He deserved to be back in the end zone. The guy's worked so hard. He's fun to have around. He's capable of so much. It's just, I think his confidence is coming back, coming off that knee.
Any other questions?
Bill's got one.
Yeah, going back to Hundley, is he still in the learning process? Is that what these last several weeks have been? If people, at the beginning of the season, all the hype, and it seems like he's kind of come back to earth a little bit. What is this? Is this as part of his, is there anything specific about it that he's not doing or been doing or we want to see him do?
It's just maturing as a football player, as a quarterback, and experiencing things on the field and making adjustments and learning and growing from them. You know, he's still a young quarterback. We ask him to do a lot of things out there. You know, we're very demanding of him. He does everything that you could ask in terms of his preparation. He's a guy that comes in early. He stays late. He's a film junkie. It's important to him. He works hard on the field. I think that there's great lessons to be learned in the last 2 weeks. You know, the 2 failures that we had as a team against really good teams on the road and specifically for Brett. You know, there was so much hype around Brett. You know, he didn't necessarily create it with his words. He created it with his play. And sometimes, you know, you have to be humbled a little bit. And Brett's the type of young man that, I mean, he can handle it. He's tough. You know, it matters to him. He wants to be great. He is gracious. He realizes that it's going to take a lot of hard work, and he's willing to do it. I'm really happy he's our quarterback, and I'm ecstatic to see him continue to grow.
With Damian, how close does it look like with him being
Figgy?
close to 100% of the speed or making his cuts?
I don't know. He looks better every day. You know, we saw him make a cut in practice on Thursday. He did a little jump cut on a kickoff return, and in the film room when we watched it as a team, everyone got, you know, hooting and hollering because it's like Figgy's back. We hadn't seen him do that, and he kind of stuttered on his leg, and he did it. And I think he's really close. You know, it's almost been a year. It takes a good year to recover from an ACL. So I think he's right there. All right, thank you.